Minesweeper. Each number that's put in the grid tells you two things. One, it tells you there is no bomb actually on the tile with the number. It also tells you exactly how many bombs are adjacent to it. A lot like the computer game. So every 0 tells you there is no bomb adjacent to it. You can immediately say all of these tiles are safe. That's all my zeros. Oh well, you have a 1 here. It tells you there is one bomb adjacent to it. Because of the 0, it can't be anywhere here. It must be in one of those two. So we know exactly one of those two tiles is a bomb. That doesn't tell us which one. This 3 has exactly one bomb in one of those two tiles, and a total of 3 bombs next to it. Well, the only place the other 2 bombs can go, there, like that. This 2 now has 2 bombs next to it, so there are no more bombs next to it. So those are both safe spaces. That 1. There's a number there, that can't be a bomb. That 0 tells us there are no bombs here. That 1, and that 0 tells us there's no bomb there. That 1 tells us there is no bomb there. That 1 tells us there is exactly one bomb in the remaining 3 spaces. Whichever of those 3 spaces it's in, it's adjacent to this one. So there is one bomb there, and a total of one bomb there. There can't be one there. We now know from this one, now that I've got that blank, this 1 here tells us there is one bomb in those 2 spaces. So these ones both say there isn't a bomb there, and that one says there isn't a bomb there. What else have I got? I've got a 1 here. Of all those 5 spaces, there is exactly one bomb. That 2 says there are 2 bombs in those 4. Well, 3 of those 4 spaces next to the 2 are next to a 1. There cannot be more than one bomb in those 3. To have 2 bombs in those 4, you must have 1 there, and the other one in those 3 next to that one, meaning there are no more bombs next to that one. That 1 now has only one empty space one blank space next to it. So its bomb must be there. Right, I've got a 3 with 1 bomb next to it. It must have 2 more. 2 more bombs in those 3 spaces. But this 1 is telling me there can only be 1 bomb in those 2, at most. So the other of the 3 bombs must be there, which is next to that 1, which immediately tells me there are no bombs in these spaces. That 3's other bomb now has to go there, and all of these tell me there's nothing there. Those 2 also tell me there is nothing there. That 1's bomb now must be there, so all of those tell me there is nothing there. Yay! Progress. This 2 has 1 bomb next to it, and one other bomb somewhere, and 1 blank space. So I can put that in. Even without that, that 2 has 1 bomb in 2 spaces, so exactly one of them is, so that 2 tells me exactly one of them is. With that, I can say there is a bomb there, and then that 2 tells me that isn't. I'm still in the same position of exactly one of those 2 is. This 4 has 3, there must be 1 more next to it, which must go somewhere in those 2. So I know exactly one of those 2 is a bomb, and there are 3 bombs in those 4 spaces. The other 2 must be there and there. That satisfies that 2, so that's a blank. Well, look at that, there's a clean, safe path all the way down the edge of the minefield. Okay, job done, we can go home. 1 next to that 1. More blank spaces. And That blank space tells me the remaining bomb is there. Right, what else have we got? We've got a 4 here with 4. There are no bomb here and 4 blank spaces, so that's pretty straightforward. Putting a bomb next to a 1, which tells us no bombs there. This one is now telling us one of these two is a bomb. Whichever one it is, it's adjacent to that. So none of the other spaces adjacent to that can be bombs, and whichever it is, it's adjacent to that. So none of the other spaces adjacent to that one can be bombs. Which tells us that exactly one of those two is, which might be relevant later. Where else can we go? Possibly to the bathroom to wash the ink off my hands. There are 3, and 5 of the spaces around it are clearly not bombs. The other 3 must be bombs, which puts a 1 next to that one, puts a bomb next to that one, so that's not... Those are both safe. This 2 now has 6 safe spaces, 1 bomb and 1 blank. Well, that must be its other bomb. That 2 has 6 safe spaces and 2 blanks. They must both be bombs. We still know there's exactly 1 there. There are 2 there. At least one of those 2 is. So at most one of those 3 is. How about that? 2 of those 3 is. At least one of them is, so at most one of those 3 is. This 3 has 3 spaces next to it. That 2 has only 2 spaces next to it. Those are both fairly straightforward. Starting down here, 2 of those 4, exactly 2 of those 4 are bombs. And exactly 3 of those 6 are, so exactly 1 of these 2 is. Therefore exactly 1 of those 5 is. This 1 tells us 1 of those 4 is. This 2 tells us 2 of those are, so at least 1 of these 2 is. But we already know from this that exactly 1 of those 5 is. So it can't be either of them. Or that. Right. This 4 tells me it's got 3 bombs here, so exactly 1 more bomb is somewhere in those 3. Therefore at most one of those 2 is a bomb. This is a 2, so there must be 2 bombs in those 3, so at least one of those 2 is a bomb. So that isn't, and the 2's other bomb must go there. This 4 actually now only has those 4 spaces, so they're all bombs, which is 2 next to that 2, so that's a blank. That 2 has 2 spaces, they are both bombs. That 4 has its 4 bombs, that 2 has its 2, so that's blank. That 4 has 4 safe spaces, 3 bombs and a blank. Well, it needs 1 more bomb in that blank. That 2 has 1 bomb there, and we know there is 1 bomb there. So that's a blank. That 2 has 1 bomb. It needs another. Must be in one of those 3. All of which next to that 2, so exactly 1 of those 2 is. So 2 of those 3 are. But only 1 of those 2 can be, so the other one must be there. Got 1 next to that 3, the other 2 must be here. It's 3, it's got 1, it needs another 2, there must be 2 there, which accounts for that 2, so that's blank. So that 2 says 1 of those 2 is, so that 2 and that 3 say exactly 1 of those 2 is, which accounts for that 2, so those are all blank. That 2 has 1 bomb there. The other 1 must be there. Exactly 1 of those 2 is. There's a 3 here, it's got 1 there, it's got exactly 1 in those 2, its third must be there. That 3 now has 3 bombs. So There's nothing there or there. That 3's third, that 2's second, must be there. That's 2 for that, so there can't be anything else adjacent to it. There must be 1 there. There must be 1 there. Ah, that 1, exactly 1 there. That 2 says 2 here, so its other 1 must be there. Next to that 1, so there's nothing else next to that 1. That 3 has 3, so there's nothing else next to it. So I need 1 down there and 1 up there. Nothing there. This 1 now has only 1 space next to it. This 2 has its 2, so nothing else next to that. That 1 has only 1 space. That 2 has a bomb next to it. So 1 of all of them is. Well, this 2, so at most 1 of that 1 space is, obviously. So at least 1 of those 2 is. And most 1 of all of those 4 is. There must be 1 bomb there, 1 bomb there, and no bomb there or there. This 2 now only has 2 spaces, and so far no bombs. They must both be bombs. So that 3 and that 1 both tell me there's no bomb there. That 2 and that 2 both tell me there is no bomb there, and that puzzle has been finished.